Hello, I am Jeff from Wccftech, and we're going to be talking about Super Mario Maker. So, Super Mario has turned 30 years old. 3 decades. Now, the video game character that many of us remember from our childhood is now 3 decades old, making anyone that remembers the launch of the original NES feel very old indeed. Mario is classic, he is iconic, and the platform genre as a whole was basically invented by the small mustachioed man in his little red cap. Now, Nintendo is literally offering you potentially infinite Mario stages, and more importantly, the ability to create them yourself, like Picasso taking cubism to strange new places. Super Mario Maker is here, and is essential for all Nintendo Wii U owners. First of all, anyone that has ever played a 2D Mario game, or even a 2D platformer for that matter, already knows what to expect here. I mean, it's all pretty much the same throughout the board. Mario starts over at the left of the stage, and his goal is to get to the right of the stage, with, of course, the space in between being filled with anything and everything that you want. In this particular case, it can literally be anything from Mario. It's great. Now, think floors are too mainstream? No problem. Just get rid of them! It's no problem. Think power-ups make things too easy? Forget those. You don't want those anyway. If you want to have 4 Bowsers blow fire at you whilst you sprint to the finish line past Piranha Plants, Hammer Bros, and Giant Goombas, well, yeah, that's, of course, totally possible here as well. You're limited only by your imagination. So as of writing this particular review, Super Mario Maker has been out for a little under a week, and the creativity pouring out of the community is both genius and a little disheartening at the same time. On the one hand, you will literally have more Mario stages than you could possibly play, offering a huge variety of challenges. On the other hand, some of these stages aren't actually fun to play and are just downright frustrating. Now, of course, this is a learning process because creating an actual fun Mario stage, believe it or not, isn't exactly that easy. Now, the sample stages that are included with the game, they do a good job of showing you just how the different tools and obstacles can be placed, but they do nothing to teach the player what actually makes for a fun Mario level. As a result, much of the player-created content so far is a bit of a mess, with random bits and pieces thrown about, not really a coherent whole. So either that, or they're auto-courses, which pilot Mario to the goal without you pressing a single button, which is strange and kind of new, but nonetheless, that's not really the heart of Mario. And again, that's great to watch, just not really that great to play. Naturally, this could have been avoided if Nintendo had thought ahead and actually streamlined the process of finding and sharing your stages. At the moment, the only way to do so is to find a specific stage is to manually enter long stage ID code, which in an age of QR codes and obviously cameras, which the Wii U pad actually has, seems a bit insane. Another feature that has been tossed to the wayside is simply to see the creations of people on your Wii U friends list. That would be too easy now, wouldn't it? You simply can't do it. Why, Nintendo? Is there not a section for me to browse courses that my friends have made? Would that make sense? And it seems insane to leave out this obvious feature. On to the fun part, the actual creating of stages. So, the creative types among us all will actually have a lot of fun with this. The possibilities are potentially limitless. You can create parts of familiar stages that you had fun with back in the day and all those other Mario games that you played in your past. And of course, all those mad star dashes through coins and enemies and direct wall jump sections and easy-to-miss secrets and more. You could have all of those things combined into one hodgepodge and mishmash of giant Mario-level madness. Naturally, the tools that you can use are pretty easy to get to grips with and are fairly fun to implement. All the tools at your disposal are familiar Mario elements, such as, the blocks and the bricks and the coins, the power-ups, the different, types of ground, all those platforms you can pass through, moving platforms, on-rail platforms, etc., etc. This list really does go on. And the way you can change these tools in ways that Nintendo has never actually done before makes Super Mario Maker the ultimate Mario game. You can stack enemies, have them pop out of item blocks, and you can even have enemies rain down from the sky. And you can create mazes with enemies, for crying out loud. It's all possible, and honestly, it's quite fantastic. Indeed, when you create and play your own stages, that's where the most enjoyment comes from. And not just because you're obviously creating a Mario stage and creating something from your own imagination, but sometimes you start something, you never really intend to finish it, but you just keep going and adding things, and it eventually comes to be one of the most greatest and most fun levels that you could ever play. It's quite exciting. It's incredibly fun and rewarding. Oddly enough, though, these tools that you can use throughout to create these Mario stages, they actually get unlocked over time. You play the game with a patch that can unlock stage creation tools quicker than the pre-release version of the game, yet even the faster rollout of these tools, there were still things that you kind of want to incorporate into stages, but you couldn't because you haven't unlocked those yet. It's a little disheartening. Of course, this does feel a little bit silly because it's things like being able to go through the pipes, and really simple things like that you think you should be able to use and implement right away. Because quite frankly, it's a Mario staple. Yet, oddly enough, that particular thing, moving through pipes, is one of the last things that you unlock. Weird, huh? So that seems a bit insane while you play it. And yet, once they're unlocked, those frustrations are gone forever. You forget all about it. It never really happened. So on the one hand, it's a great way of making the player get used to the tools that exist to them, but on the other hand, more experienced Mario players will want them straight away, but they can't have them. Too bad. So while there are a few things that are frustrating about Super Mario Maker, you can't really deny how genius it really is. It has the potential to be the best 2D Mario game or 2D platformer ever made, as long as you can find the stages you like or create the stages that you like. So overall, Super Mario Maker is one of the Wii U's most essential of games. Because if you have ever enjoyed a 2D Mario game, or even a 2D platformer at all, you owe it to yourself to buy this and get into the Mario making madness. I'm Jeff for Wccftech Reviews.
Let's go. Oh no! Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh no! Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go.